Hello, I'm Bill Lampton, the Biz Communication Guy, and I know for sure that in your business career, you have made, as all of us have, you have made some colossal communication blunders. Let's say that you were welcoming a group of people to your business, and you went around and called each one by name, but you left somebody else, or just as damaging, you did call everybody's name, but you mispronounced one of the names. Or there are times when you go to a board meeting and you forget the most important material that you should have brought. We could name dozens of instances where we've had communication bloopers that a lot of other people were aware of. I'm going to tell you about one of mine, and there are many that I could confess. But I want to tell you how what could have been a disadvantage turned into an advantage. Prior to becoming a communication consultant, coach, and professional speaker, I spent 2 decades as a professional development officer in healthcare and higher education. Development officer meaning fundraising. There was this time when I was heading to a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, representing my college, also located in Georgia. And before I went, I wanted to make sure that I got an appointment with a charitable giving foundation, which happened to be located right across the street from the hotel where I was staying, the Hyatt Regency Hotel. So 3 weeks ahead of time, I called, I got the appointment with the director of the Lady Pate Whitehead Foundation, Pete McTeer, just exactly as planned. So after a couple of days at the conference, I believe it was on the 3rd day, I walked across the street at the appointed time, and I said to his executive assistant, "Here's my card. I have an appointment with Mr. McTeer today at 2 o'clock. And she looked at the card and she said, "No, I'm sorry, but you don't have an appointment with Mr. McTeer." I said, "But I do. I called 3 weeks ago, and we made the appointment then." She said, "No, you do not have an appointment with him. There's a Bill Lampton that has an appointment with him." And this got me very confused. And then I asked her, "Well, what's on the card I gave you?" She mentioned a name of somebody I had met at the convention. So here's what had happened. Many of us, when we go to conferences and conventions, when we meet people to remember them, we exchange business cards. So in my collection of cards of people who were attending the conference, there was one of those cards I didn't keep separate. I put it in accidentally with my own business card. So when I went in to see Pete McTeer with the Lady Pate Whitehead Foundation, I had handed his executive assistant that other person's card. Now, there are several ways I could have reacted to that. Totally embarrassed, incredibly apologetic, bowing my head, almost wanting to leave because of my humiliation. But that's not what I did. Very fortunately, I decided to make light of the moment. And so I said something to the effect of, "I'm not impersonating anybody. I am Bill Lampton, and as you can see, that card's a mistake." And I explained to her how it had gotten mixed in with my own business cards. Now, the next step, of course, was when I went in to see Mr. McTeer. Would I hope that Pete McTeer didn't find out how clumsy I was? I took the opposite approach. I thought this would be a very good icebreaker. And after we'd shaken hands, I said, Pete, let me tell you about the impression I made when I came into your office. So I described the experience to him. We both had a good laugh about it. And in fact, Pete McTeer told me of similar communication bloopers that he'd gone through. And guess what? His career survived very well. We had a very good conversation about the college I was representing, about the nursing program, and it wound up that a few months later we got a very sizable grant for the nursing program at our college from the Letty Pate White Foundation. So the lesson from this is clear. Don't wallow in your mistakes. Don't act as though it has destroyed an hour a day or your career. Put it in the lightest description that you can, as I did, and make sure that it's not a stumbling block for you, but in essence, it can become a stepping stone. Again, I have many other bloopers I could tell you about in my own business career. And not only in my fundraising days, but as a speaker, coach, and consultant, I've certainly had a lot of missteps along the way. But let the missteps become forward steps. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. Thanks for being with me today. I'm Bill Lampton, the Biz Communication Guy. Give me a call. Let's talk about your communication problems and challenges and how I will help you find solutions to them.